Alright, music fans, welcome back. It is Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people, just like you right there. Yep, and yours truly right here. Remember the band The Outfield? I've wanted to do a video about The Outfield for a long time, and I've now got the opportunity to really talk them up because Tony Lewis, former lead vocalist for The Outfield, has a brand new song out. It's called Into the Light. He's got a whole album coming out soon, and all I can tell you is, holy crap, Batman, it's a good song. I've posted it on Facebook, on Twitter. If you like The Outfield, you're gonna like Into the Light by Tony Lewis. Tony was being interviewed by some radio station in Louisiana, 92.9, the Cow. I'm not even sure what they call themselves. I'm just making that up. They got some stupid name like the Arrow or the Plunger or whatever they... It's like these stations with gimmicky names. It's Bob FM where we play everything. No, Bob. No, you actually don't. You don't play everything. But, it's a cute little corporate gimmick, and for the average radio listener, they think it's really cool. Hey, my radio station's called Bob. Anyway, getting back to the Tony Lewis interview. So Tony was being interviewed by the typical morning show host, the wacky guy in the morning, about his brand new song, believe it or not. They were talking, of course, about the most iconic intro to a song in music history, and they're talking about Your Love by The Outfield, where Josie's on a vacation far away, a song that we've heard a lot, a great song, mind you, but has been programmed by corporate radio and focus tested, basically to the point where it's the only thing you'll ever hear by The Outfield on a classic rock radio station. I've compiled a list of songs here by The Outfield that you may or may not be interested in, but let me get through the interview part here with Tony Lewis. So the guys ask him about, The Outfield, and then they get away from that topic, and the interviewer says, "Yeah, your new song is really great, Tony." And he's like, "Thanks." And, they tell their audience where they can go download the song or find the song, with no mention of the fact that the radio station itself isn't going to be playing the song. Incredible. Now, if you go listen to the song, it sounds like vintage 1980s Outfield material. I mean, it's that good. It's actually surprising how good of a song it is. It's like Brian Howe's Hot Tin Roof. It just blows you away. I mean, you're like, okay, what's the downside to this song? Not enough melody? Nope, that's not it. Vocals? Nope. Tony still can sing, and he sings just like he did 30 years ago. Oh, I know. Corporate radio, that's the downfall of the song. They're not going to play it. Awesome. So anyway, The Outfield were, basically three guys, sometimes with the help of other individuals, but Tony Lewis and the late John Spinks, who passed away a few years back, and that was tragic for a couple of reasons. Number one, John was a very good guitar player, and his harmony vocals with Tony Lewis and all their friendship and everything was really crucial to The Outfield and their sound. So, and Alan Jackman too is in the band. So they, of course, decided to call it quits because one of their core guys is no longer on planet Earth. But The Outfield, they had an album at the time, right before John's passing. They had this great album come out, and they had this single called California Sun, which my buddy Bill over at Class X Radio played the crap out of because it was a great classic Outfield sounding tune. You probably haven't heard California Sun. And the list of tunes here, let me just read the list of tunes other than Your Love, other than Josie's on a Vacation Far Away. Because everybody knows that song, okay? They may not know it's called Your Love. Most people think it's called Josie's on a Vacation Far Away, all right? So, First song on the list is Say It Isn't So. I'm going kind of chronological here through the albums, both on Columbia and then on MCA. They did release music after that during the 1990s that can't even find on, I mean, you can find a little bit of it, some of it's on YouTube, but not much of it. So anyway, Say It Isn't So. Every Time You Cry, 61 seconds. All the Love in the World was a huge song, got tons of airplay, MTV. Talk to Me, great song. Banging on My Heart, it's got this great jangly, choppy guitar intro, just classic. Since You've Been Gone, which was kind of like the big song off of the Bangin' album. Voices of Babylon. Now we're getting very sophisticated here because now we're up to the third album, and that tune had a little more atmospheric quality to it, did really well at rock stations because I was there playing the crap out of it. My Paradise, which if you like the Outfield, it doesn't get much more Outfield than My Paradise. Go find that one. Taken by Surprise, Take It All. Now we're moving into the Diamond Days era here. For You, Unrespectable, great album track, you got to listen to it. Then we get to Rock Eye, Winning It All, which used to be used at sporting events and things like that back in the day. No longer hear it at sporting events. Hear mostly Alan Parsons, but that's cool too. Closer to Me, which again is such a killer hook, a big monster hook. I was at Top 40 at the time, 1992, and I was playing Closer to Me. I think I introed that song a number of times, and remember that I missed the post a couple of times trying to intro that because it's got one of these real explosive guitar riffs at the beginning. And then Take Me Home, which is just, again, if you like the Outfield, go listen to Take Me Home. And then the aforementioned California Sun from their comeback album, which nobody knew about. Look, Tony Lewis, will anybody play the new Tony Lewis tune in the States? Will it chart anywhere? I don't think so. Is it one of the best songs of 2018 so far? Abso-freaking-lutely. It is just a killer, monster, big hook, typical top-down, windows down, cruising around. I mean, they don't write hooks like this anymore. You've got to hear the song, all right? So Tony Lewis, former lead vocalist from the Outfield, sounds just like an Outfield song, so you should be able to relate to it, hopefully. And the tune is called Into the Light, which I think his album is called Out of the Darkness. So it makes sense. Tony takes kind of a tough subject and turns it around and makes it listenable and interesting and fun, and you've got to go hear this for yourself. Okay, I'm done. Hopefully you'll check it out. If not, you're going to miss out because it's one of the best songs of 2018 thus far. See you later, everybody.